Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. There is a report being passed around from PW Insider today that the Balor Club is coming to WWE Monday Night Raw the night after WrestleMania. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't know. I don't even really know who runs PW Insider. I don't know who reports for that site. I've always been an observer guy. I know that there's some people out there that's a Wade Keller Torch guy. Um, I can honestly tell you that I think it's a very good prediction. I look at the match at NXT Takeover Dallas sort of as if it is a whoever wins um, the main event between Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. That person is going to be staying with NXT, and I can see the loser moving on and joining the main roster. Maybe it is the right time to pass Finn Balor out of NXT and put him on the main roster. Um, Balor's been down there for well over a year. I remember thinking last year at WrestleMania 31 that would have been a great time to add Finn Balor to the main roster. I think that Finn Balor is probably going to be one of the biggest stars in professional wrestling, honestly, in my opinion. Is he going to be Shawn Michaels? No. Is he going to be Bret Hart? Is he going to be Stone Cold Steve Austin? Is he going to be The Rock? No. But I do think that Finn Balor does have the qualifications of being a really, really great wrestler, and being a very young, very, cool guy that can very much, become one with the people. As good as Finn Balor has been as a babyface for NXT, from what I've seen from him wrestling in Japan, he's even better as a heel. And I really can't wait for this to come. I know that you look and see, January when they signed all the people from New Japan, when they brought over Nakamura, when they brought over Machine Gun Carl Anderson, when they got Luke Gallows, when they got AJ Styles. I mean, AJ Styles made a very fast debut at the Royal Rumble right after the Wrestle Kingdom show was his last show with them, and then. Nakamura is going to be debuting at NXT TakeOver Dallas. They didn't sign Guns and Gallows just to sit on the sideline. They're going to be having to use them sooner than later. And some people think it's going to be NXT. Some people think it's going to be WWE's Monday Night Raw as a part of the main roster. I would love to see the Balor Club on the main roster. I think that anything else would be sort of wasting the talents. NXT was supposed to be sort of like the AAA for the WWE, the World of Professional Wrestling, where they would have superstars be able to entertain in front of crowds and be able to record television. And I'm not saying that they didn't think anybody was going to watch this, but I know with FCW, they were very happy having a television product that was being just run in Florida. And with the WWE Network, they started putting NXT on the WWE Network, and it started to gain more of a crowd. I know that there's a big following for Wednesday nights. For my time, it's 5 o'clock to watch it live. I see a lot of people live tweeting NXT, and now they're doing house shows, and they're going on the road, and NXT is becoming a much bigger promotion. I'm not going to say that it's the number 2 promotion. I'm not going to say it's bigger than Ring of Honor. I'm not going to say that it's bigger than TNA, but it's become much bigger than it was supposed to be. And I know that Finn Balor could be the flag bearer. He could be the number 1 guy in that company. But why would you want to waste the talents on a project that was made mostly made just to try and figure out who's going to be the stars tomorrow, when you guys have the number 1 guy who could be the biggest star of tomorrow in there? Um, I mean, in my mind, the way this plays out, the first thing that came to my mind was definitely, Shane beats Undertaker in the Hell in the Cell, one way or another, by hook or by crook. Shane beats him. And that's still a real surprise. And as much as I want Shane to win this match, I don't really know how it's possible. Maybe it ends up being that Shane ends up being more evil than The Undertaker is. He's coming in looking like he's the babyface, and we've been hating the Authority for years. But, now that the Authority is gone, now we're actually going to be wishing that the Authority came back, because Shane is 10 times worse than the Authority was. And I'm not saying that he's going to kill Monday Night Raw by putting, commercials on every 5 minutes trying to make the company more money, or, just make bad matches that make no sense and just kill Monday Night Raw. I'm talking about the fact that the man is evil, and maybe he's, been with Triple H the whole time, and he's trying to get the company away from the McMahons. Maybe they'll do some divorce angle. That sounds stupid. Don't even think about that. I didn't say that, but I don't want to ever see something like that again between Triple H and Stephanie. Those were bad times. But maybe Shane takes over the company, and Triple H finds a way to beat Roman Reigns. I don't believe it's going to happen, but I just don't see two happy moments at WrestleMania. I don't see Monday Night Raw handing over to the babyface, and then also the champion getting handed over to the babyface. And then we go to Monday Night Raw, and just everything's all punchy-dory because we got a babyface champion and we got a babyface GM for the first time in a long time. I think that, if Shane's GM, I think that you have to put Triple H and keep him as the champion. But that's hard for me to say that he's even going to be able to beat Roman Reigns. But then you also have the deck stacked against Triple H. Well, you didn't lose at WrestleMania 31. But we're going to make sure you lose at Payback. I think Payback is the pay-per-view after that. And then once you do that, Triple H has to fight a fair fight because he doesn't have the authority to stack the deck against Roman Reigns with special GMs and everything like that. But he can have somebody run in for him, a lot like back in the day when he had DX, with Billy Gunn, Road Dogg, and X-Pac, getting back together to support his heel championship run. I'm not saying that he needs to join the Balor Club, but definitely he could be the guy funding the Balor Club, with Balor, Anderson, and Luke Gallows making their debut to the main roster. This is a very fun and a very, very good time to be a wrestling fan. Lots of things going on right now. WrestleMania 32 a few weeks ago looked like it was going to be a huge joke. One of the things of the weekend that we had to go to because it's WrestleMania, and that's the reason why we're going. But honestly, since Shane came back, Shane has put a big jump into wrestling, and I think it's, one of the things that I'm thinking about the most now about the WrestleMania trip is actually WrestleMania itself, and that was a hard thing to believe just a few weeks ago.